Hi, I'm CJ Altenberg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We appreciate you tuning in this morning. So this morning we got a used trailer that we're gonna walk you through. Before we get into it, I wanna tell you a little bit about what we do to our used trailers. And one of the very first things we do is we have two shops here at Transwest. We put a lot of emphasis on service. We want the trailer to be in as good a condition and ready for you to go enjoy and use, rather than having a long list of things that need serviced or repairs need to be done to the trailer. So behind me is a used living quarters. So when we get in these used living quarters, whether it's trade or we purchase it, we have two different shops. We have a chassis shop, and then we have a household shop that our RVs go through that these living quarters will go through as well. One of the very first things we do is we put it through our chassis shop and we realign every trailer. So trailers are no different than passenger vehicles, and when you have very odd tire wear, you're having blowouts, sometimes it could actually be caused by just the trailer being out of alignment. So when we realign these trailers, again, rough roads, potholes, I mean just general wear and tear, just like passenger vehicles, they can get knocked out of alignment. One of the most common things we see is when a trailer, if you think about it, on the right-hand side, if we are turning to the right, we usually don't have as much room. So that's where, you can get into a curb. Unfortunately, none of us want to do it, but it does happen from time to time. Because we can't turn, you typically have as much room to whereas left, we're going to cross traffic, we have more room on these bigger trailers. So we realign every trailer, and then from there we go through. Everything safety is automatic. So brakes have to function, all lights, everything from a safety standpoint is an automatic checkoff. But what we'll do is we'll go through, we'll look at tires. Do the tires all match? Are they all in the same date code that maybe it has passed? On the sidewall of a tire is a DOT code. So if it's 5 years past that date, we replace them as a dealership. That's what the tire manufacturers recommend on the life of those tires. So we could have really good tread, but not see a lot of miles, but they're out of date. So we'll replace them. If they're mismatched or bad wear, replace them with a brand new set on the ground. We always want to look at ply as well. Make sure you've got adequate tire underneath it. From there, it'll go across to our household shop. There it'll have appliances gone through and serviced, our air conditioner, refrigerator, furnace, those type of items all get taken care of. And then we just try to go through and, again, make sure everything's working properly, functioning how it should. We have a really good long list of things that we check each time we get one of these trailers in. But that way, when you go to use it, you're ready to enjoy the trailer. So now let's talk a little bit about this trailer. It is a 2018 Cimarron Lonestar stock living quarters. So these stock living quarters are very sought after trailers because of their versatility, which we'll talk about as we walk through it. But this trailer here, with it being an 18, very lightly used, we'll walk you through the whole trailer. Before we do that, we want to go ahead and I want to show you the drawing of this trailer and how it's actually laid out. We're 32 foot on the floor, we're 8 foot wide, we're 7'7" tall. This is a 10'8" short wall. This is a Pro Star, which I'll talk to you when we get into the living quarters itself by Outlaw. So a 10'8" short wall. Then we have a mid tack. It's kind of a pie shape is what we call it. It's a 3'3" short wall with a 7'3" long wall, and then a 14-foot stall area. 14 and 16 are kind of the most common stall lengths that you see on these stock living quarters. Now we can custom build these, and we can build those stock sizes about anything you want. But that is, again, most common that we see out there, and what you'll see a lot if you do find stuff new in inventory. So one of the very first things is, if you look underneath the gooseneck here, you see a single leg electric over hydraulic jack. It does have the manual override, and if we get in an emergency situation, because of the size of this trailer, that is an adequate jack underneath it. When we go with slide outs or bigger trailers, that's when we'll do dual jacks. But this one here, you get a single leg. This trailer, as it sits, is 11,000 pounds empty, right on the dot, and we got it weighed. You'll see your battery box over to the right. You see two 20-pound LP bottles. Sometimes if we're going the new route and building, you can upgrade to 30-pound bottles right there if you'd like. But again, having that electric over hydraulic jack, it's very responsive. And let's be honest, I mean, it's not a massive trailer by any means, but it is a lot simpler to push a button up and down rather than hand cranking. It is a used trailer, so they did have a little ding right here. It's just cosmetic. We could do an overlay on that, but really it doesn't do anything functioning to the trailer. Originally it had a manual awning, and they upgraded it to this electric awning. You see the manual awning leg went a little bit longer than this one. You can kind of see where that hardware is, but they sealed all that up. They did it right. But again, now it's got an electric rather than the manual. Now, I said it's a Pro Star. The Pro Stars were a model that they had for a couple years there. It is basically a Pro Line XP from Outlaw Conversions, but they called it a Pro Star. Cimarron and Outlaw kind of teamed up for it, and that's where that name came from. So that's what it is officially called as far as when it was originally built. But we have a 10/8 short wall in here. The reason why 10/8, I'm a big fan of it, is you get multiple things. One, you get a little bit more counter space right here, and then you get a little bit bigger fridge that I'll show you here in a minute. But you've got a recessed 2-burner cooktop, hood vent, microwave directly above that, and then you've got your kitchen sink. Up in the gooseneck area, you've got a flat screen TV that is on an arm, so it can pivot, and you can watch it here at the couch or pivot it up towards the bed itself as well. You have your steps going up, so it's really, I mean, it is an easy transition going up. We've got our sofa sleeper. It's a jackknife style. It will fold down into a bed. Above that is actually some cabinets, but this also doubles as a fold down bunk bed. So you can actually, even if you're not wanting to utilize this as an actual bunk bed, you can go ahead and put it back in its position. Now I've got them pinned right now because it's just easier when you go to open this up. These cabinets will open up. So if you wanted to ever take out the actual mattress, you can still utilize this as cabinet space. So it's not like you're completely losing that. But fold down bunk, again, you can utilize it for some storage there. Behind this sofa sleeper, there's that bigger refrigerator. You need to get into the 10-foot short walls or bigger to get this 6.0 refrigerator this one's equipped with. And I really like the 6.0s rather than the 3.0s because one, with the 3.0s, it's like a dorm fridge. It's really small. You have a very small freezer area where this is a separate freezer area. But then also, more importantly, you also lose some additional storage because they put it underneath that cooktop there. With this, they try to go ahead and utilize, get you some more space here. Here's a nice 2-rod closet, storage for our table leg and tabletop itself. And the water pump is easily located right there as well. They've got a lift up lid, and we can get to that when we go to winterize it, de-winterize it, and those type of situations. But again, the 10'8", you know, the big thing is you get that big refrigerator, a little bit more storage as well. And then here in the bathroom area, one, you have a pocket door, so you don't have a door to work around. Another 2-rod closet. You've got your toilet, a shower with a skylight, so you do have a little bit more headroom. Nice bathroom vanity. I mean, there's a good amount of counter space. That's one of the things when you get into these smaller ones, usually the counter's literally around this sink and you really don't have any. To where this, you actually do have a little bit of counter space. Nice good sized vanity. 2 doors with the mirrors. So you can store a lot of those type items when you're traveling as well. And then what you do is you can work right in through this pass-through door into this mid-tack. One of the cool things about mid-tacks, in my opinion, is now it's a mudroom for you as well. So not only do you have a lot of storage in here for any of those tack type items, but you can literally walk in that man door, kick off dirty boots, dirty clothes, hop right into the shower, into the bathroom area from here. And it'll just kind of keep your living quarters cleaner when you do that. But this is really well equipped as far as storage. So up top here, you've got a Plexi Glass storage tray up here. They went ahead and put kind of a holder here on the door organizers on this wall itself, one below it. There's another one on this door. Now typically in these pie tacks, the standard, you just have one entryway. To where this one, they added a little bit of length. So we went 3'3" on that short wall with a 4-foot offset, so 7'3" on this opposite side. We'll work our way around to it here in a minute, but now you've got the ability, because this one has a ramp, instead of having to fold down that ramp, you can just hop in through this man door. And on top of that, there's an additional door that goes into the stall area. So when we talk about the versatility of these stock LQs, this is a prime example of it. Maybe you're hauling toys, maybe you're taking it to the hunting camp. You know, you can hop through the garage area, stall area, right into the mid-tack, right into the living quarters. So again, a nice flow by having all these doors, 4 entry points into this mid-tack. Same thing on the door, 2 brush trays, another door organizer. So again, a lot of items can just be stored out of the way in its own place right there. So what we've got 2 air gaps, plexiglass inserts. Again, there's storage trays, there's multiple of them. I think what they wanted to do is they wanted the ability, there's 2 of them in that tack room and there's 1 in the stall area I'll show you. But really, you can only utilize 1. I mean, you can put all this plexiglass in one of those trays, but it's additional storage. Who ever complains about too much storage? Nobody. But on these Cimarrons, they all have the track built into them on these Lonestars. So if you don't have plexiglass or looking at a trailer that doesn't have plexiglass, we can add it. That track is there. 2 8,000-pound rubber torsion axles. Now this trailer came in with original tires. Again, as far as tire tread was concerned, you know, no odd wear, not a lot worn off. So I don't think it saw a ton of miles from that standpoint, but they were out of date. With it being an 18, they would have been probably early 2017s based on how they manufactured the trailers. So when we got a hold of the trailer, tires were out of date. So we went ahead and put brand new tires on here. Those are 17.5 aluminum wheels. So good amount of running gear underneath this trailer. Again, 11,000 pounds empty. You have the 2 8K axles. You know, you're going to have, you know, somewhere in the ballpark of 28 to 30% is going to transfer to the pickup as far as the size of this trailer itself. So plenty of running gear underneath there. The other thing about these Cimarrons, underneath those wheel wells themselves, those are bolt-on, so those can be removed if you do tear one up very easily. You're not having to spend as much money on labor with a weld on, you know, cutting those off and re-welding a new one on. Okay, here we are at the back at this stock area. Again, versatility. I've said it multiple times, but here's another good example of it. Dual 50/50 doors. Sometimes some customers prefer the full width gate with maybe a slider, maybe solid. This one's 50/50. They're independent doors, and then a fold-up ramp over the back of it. So, hauling horses, hauling livestock, hauling toys, now we have a ramp to get in there. Again, a 14 is kind of the most common, 14 and 16 are the most common sizes we see in these. So we have 14 foot from the back gate to this bulkhead wall here. And then our 2 8,000-pound axles. Now, between the wheel wells of these axles is 74 inches. We do have a center cut gate. So when we have this center cut gate, you have to have a build off that as well, and then the gate itself. So from this gate, how it is open right now, to that wheel well is 70 inches. So you're going to lose 4 inches there, but 74 between them, and then again 70 between this point and that point. 7'7" tall, so we've got, you know, plenty of head clearance in here as well. But again, the versatility of these trailers, because now we can do so many different things. We have a tie rail in here. This trailer is pre-wired for a generator. So you see the cord and then that junction box at the back there. So you could do an onboard generator down the road. But you've got this center cut gate, insulated roof. So this is a black skin trailer. So one of the most common misconceptions is people think, well, it's black skin on the side, that means the roof has to be black. No, it's not. You see this white insulated roof here on the bottom side of it. It looks the same on the top. I mean, it's a white roofed up there as well. So when we're looking at these insulated roofs that come standard on every single Cimarron compared to aluminum sheeted roofs, there's multiple advantages to going with this. One of the first things is the durability and strength of it. I can walk on this roof, I won't dent it. It is really stout. It's a 1/2 inch thick, reinforced. It's a honeycomb design, so it's got a lot of strength in there. It'll take substantial hail. To where aluminum roofs, you'll get hail dings kind of right off the bat if you do get in a good enough hailstorm, and then you're gonna have that eyesore basically forever. But more importantly, what I really like about these insulated roofs is just keeping the stall area cooler. So it'll keep the stall area about 20% cooler compared to aluminum sheeted roof. You get back here in these trailers in the summertime, when you come to the lot, I like to take you to horse trailers, you know, because they're a little bit more sealed up. You know, I'll take you on a 95-degree day on this asphalt, and I'll put you in one trailer with aluminum roof, and you feel the heat. Jump you into a Cimarron, and you will feel a massive difference in the temperature. And then you have Cimarron's all aluminum extruded floor. It is 4-inch centers, so they have the strongest floor out there on the market. So if you go from that point up, start building up, you know, Cimarron really separates themselves from everyone else. But you've got these dual 50/50 doors, again, ramp that folds up. It's real easy to use. We got some load lights, LED lights on the inside as well, so you do have light coverage. And as we're working towards the driver's side, you can see we've got a 6-foot sheeted hay rack. So it's black skin as well to match. They actually went and put a plastic kind of toolbox up there, and they actually attached it to it with some bolts. I mean, it can be taken off, but they wanted some additional storage in this trailer, so they have that as well. And then this easy angle ladder. So instead of a bolt-on ladder that you got to go straight up the side of the trailer, which is never fun, especially if it's been rainy or snowy, your shoes are wet, any boots, anything like that, you can slip, kind of whack your shin. I've done it. I hate it. This easy angle ladder is a lot easier to use. It literally retracts down. It's real simple getting up and down. You can actually carry something in your hand and go up this compared to the bolt-ons. Real easy to use. You just pick it up, set it in place where those rubber sockets are, and just push down, step on it, and then it just sets in there and you're ready to go down the road itself as far as transit goes. So now as we work forward to this mid-tack, like I mentioned, we had a side ramp. So that's a 42-inch wide side ramp. As you can see, we have a swing out saddle rack. So what's so cool about this is, one, you don't have a step getting in there, but on these swing out saddle racks, how they have it positioned is they have the blanket poles and bars down low, and then they have their saddle racks. These can be interchanged. You can move these to the top, slide your saddle racks down, stagger them, you could put them in between them, completely up to you. You just loosen the bolt and they slide up and down. But if you're coming to get this top saddle, look at the difference here versus here. Makes a big difference when we're taking stuff on and off. So that ramp is fantastic from that standpoint. And then it just swings right in. Now on our swing out saddle racks on most of our horse trailers themselves, if it's a front tack setup, we like that 42-inch wide door, which this is a 42-inch wide side ramp. So everything matches as far as that's concerned. That way you're not dragging stuff against door frames when you're swinging it in and out. But really cool from that standpoint of, you know, even if you didn't want to potentially have all your saddles and everything right here, you could remove this whole mechanism if you want, or you can remove the pads and the blanket bars. And as you can see, you kind of got a straight shot in here. If you're traveling with a lot of stuff, you know, you can go right in the ramp rather than having to lift it up and over. For example, maybe you want to travel with a portable generator. You can wheel it up there and then secure it. Now, obviously you need to remove it to the outside of the trailer when you're actually running it. You never want a generator running in tack areas, stall areas. Get it outside of the trailer for safety purposes. So you set that outside, you got your 30 amp cord plug, which is right here. You can plug in, you can do everything you want on this trailer. So again, by having that ramp, you're not having to lift stuff in and out. Exterior spigot right here, so if you wanted to fill up buckets, dog water, rinse off your hands, anything like that. Cimarron and Outlaw have done a great job teaming up, really getting those tanks and the hardware for those up and underneath the trailer, you know, protected up out of the way. You'll see a lot of them on some other manufacturers. All that stuff hangs down really low. You know, we're gonna probably take this trailer to the mountains, some rough roads. It's an easy way to knock some of that plumbing off of this trailer. But there's a good look at those black sheets on the trailer itself, and then it's got the polished nose up front here as well. So again, such a cool and versatile trailer. These stock LQs are really sought after trailers. They don't last long. I'm going to give you the stock number on this one for reference. Again, it is a 2018 Cimarron Lonestar stock LQ. It is 5U211817. So if you're in the market for something, give us a call. We'll also keep our eyes out. Maybe there's certain dimensions. Maybe you want to go with a little bit bigger stall area. Give us a call. Maybe some of the slide out. Let us know, because these trailers are coming in and they're selling so fast right now that a lot of times they really don't hit the internet. And so we'll hear that a lot of, hey, I'll just keep an eye on your website. Give us a call. Give us your information. When we get something, we know it's coming, we're going to give you a call, because it won't last long right now. So that number is 303-684-3400. Give anybody on the sales team a call and we'll help you out. We appreciate you tuning in. Have a good day.